Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to go over my new kind of hybrid setup to create my new album. In this new setup, I'm kind of mixing the old with the new. My last few albums have been really iOS heavy, with the majority of the work being done on iPad when it comes to sound recording, sound design, the actual sounds being pumped out, multi-tracking. And then my latest album, I start to mix in hardware on top of the iPad by using Chord Gadget to send MIDI out to my hardware. So A Distant Love for Life just had me kind of bringing in hardware lightly into the iOS mix. This album, I'm kind of swapping things around, and hardware is going to take the forefront, and iOS will kind of be doing the backing support. I'm using the 30-year-old sequencer within the Ensoniq SD1 to sequence all my hardware on this album. In fact, I'm using the SD1 as a workstation, a 30-year-old workstation. The iPad will be slaved to the Ensoniq, supplying all drums and some backing synths when needed. The iPad will do its own sequencing, so I'll be mixing iPad sequencing with the 30-year-old sequencer. So now let's jump into the setup, the pieces, and kind of explain on why I'm taking this approach for my new album. First, the Ensoniq SD1. Why would I be using a 30-year-old sequencer / workstation as the heart of the studio? One reason is I wanted this album to kind of have a core focus on the retro industrial sound, but with my own little twist and my own touch on top of it. The Ensoniq, the SD1 and the VFX series were really popular with the industrial electro sound within the late 80s and early 90s. The sound and sequencers really just generate a natural industrial vibe if you want to push it that direction. And for its age, it's really fluid, fast, and easy to use. Using it as a sequencer to my analog rack of Behringer gear instantly churns out industrial grooves so fast. I really love it. So between the sounds and sequencing of the SD1 and my Behringer analog mono rack, I can very easily tap into that core industrial electro sound that I've been speaking about. Then I got the iPad and Chord Gadget or anything else within the iPad universe to add some more modern techniques into the mix. In particular, the SD1 doesn't really have the best drum sequencer, so I'm going to do the majority of my drum work within the iPad, specifically Chord Gadget. And beyond the drums, I can add backing synths and things like automation, parameter automation, and add some more modern production sound and styles that I enjoy from the iPad over that core industrial vibe that I get from the SD1 and my other analog Behringer gear. Of course, I have the Microkorg and the Waldorf, which I generally play live. I don't really sequence those often. I might mix it up a little bit during this album, but this is going to be my general approach, my general setup for this album. I already had a few people ask why I'm bringing the SD1 into my setup, and I figured this would be a good video to kind of explain why my setup will be this way for a while. I need to thank anyone who supported my music, supported my videos, supported my work in any way. It really means a lot when it comes down to general views, Patreons, Bandcamp support, and I really can't thank you enough for the motivation it gives me. As always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, in peace.